Hey there, Jim here, Jim Craddock. It's Saturday, October 7th, 2023, and I have not made an update in several days. Hasn't really been a lot to say. Uh, I'm about a week and a half out from my follow-up with the rheumatologist in Oklahoma City. What I've been thinking lately is as my arm pain changes, uh, I'm worried that I'll get there and they'll think that it's not a major thing because honestly, the arm pain, if I don't move or anything, it doesn't hurt. And and I can do a lot of things without making it hurt. Uh, but like uh, squeezing it uh, and letting go causes pain that lasts a long time. I mean, just that little touch that I did there causes some level of pain. And just rotating it like this causes pain all along my bicep, my tricep. Tensing it in any way causes pain. So I'm hoping that they'll listen to me. There's not a lot I can do if they don't. It's the truth of the matter. However, the other thing is just that, kind of what's going on here is that the candidiasis is basically, digesting things in some complex manner where it's at the heart of the cell and it gets these, the cells that are left over, it can actually consume those for energy. And so at some point it runs out and the long muscles can still function, but it's the smooth muscles that won't function after that. So that means it's my gut. And so, my other worry is, well, is my gut just going to stop? And so that's a concern. But, what I really wanted to talk about today was I was thinking the other night about just the complex interplay of this condition and how, how many times the body and the candidiasis has to change what it's doing in order to kind of go to the next phase or the next step. And, over the last 28 years, there's been these, very significant times when it would do that. And then over the last, 20 months or so, there's been even more of these times when things would change just much more in a much more rapid pace. And to me, that complex interplay, it cannot be coincidental. I mean, it's so complex. And so the way I vision it is you've kind of got three or four, I guess, different systems. I don't know. So you've got the candidiasis and what it can do. And so you got that here, okay? And then you've got the hormonal system, okay? And then you've got the circulatory system, all right? And I guess those are the three main things. And the thing is that they each cause changes within the other. And I guess the pituitary would really be kind of the center of that. And anyway, the more I think about it, the more I think that if something this complex has developed over time, where there's a condition that can exist where this fungus, okay, can go decades and trigger over time these independent things to happen in the body that will inevitably lead it to this, for this specific conclusion. I mean, that really tells me that it's like this some type of coevolution where those things developed together somehow. I mean, there's no way you just introduce a random thing to the body and it is able to do those things and cause all those changes, right? It has to be something that has learned, okay, that it needs to do those things. And so it's basically programmed to, okay, I'm going to do this, and when this happens, the pH changes to this, and the oxygenation changes to this, and I'm going to start doing this, and I'm going to attack that. Now I'm going to attack this, and now I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to go hide and wait. You know, I just think I can't see any way that it's not like that. It just, you know, there's just too much time involved there for that to be, you know, oh yeah, this is just what happens when you get infected with such and such. It's not. And so, you know, by changing the circulatory system with the heart being a sucking function and everything, and then the pituitary taking over uh, from the hypothalamus, all the hormones, uh, it's really a whole different system. And to me, it hints that the system has been that way in the past. And so, you know, it just makes me think, okay, like how many years ago was it like this? You know, I mean, modern man is, you know, we've only had writing for 10,000 years, and our whole uh, history on the Holocene era is you know, a couple 100,000 years or something like that. And then, but you know, Canadiasis, this thing is millions of years old. And so has it interacted with like previous versions of the Homo sapiens? So, you know, the things that came before, I don't know. I think it's fascinating. And I know this particular recording is kind of weird, but I've just been thinking about that the last couple of nights, and you know, I think it it deserves some thought, and if that deserves some thought, then I mean, what type of science does that open up? Like, what type of anthropological, you know, I don't know. I just think it's fascinating. Uh, you know, I don't have a lot of other news. OU beat Texas today. That's awesome. And you know, my son tried out for all district. If he makes it, it'll be 5th year in a row that he's made all district choir. More power to him. His one act play got 2nd place in their regional, so they're going to state. So they're happy about that. And I'm super proud of him. And you know, I I I I don't know what else to say. You know, I think one thing I should mention is that, you know, I've totally given up worrying about what I eat. Now I still don't drink alcohol really, but I've totally given up worried about what I eat. You know, for the longest time I've been on a kind of a no carb type thing because of this whole fungal thing and everything. And you know, with my arm the way it's been and everything, I just kind of decided to let loose, and you know, I think, you know, maybe that speeds things up. I don't care. I you know, I don't. I'm just tired of it, I guess is the best way to put it. Like it's to restrict myself all the time and not eat the things I want to eat, and and for nobody to know, you know, why I'm eating that way, and for no doctors to find anything. And you know, even if I'm right, I don't know. I think I've brought this up before, but so what if you knew there was a thing like diabetes or some disease, and that, you know, you thought you had it, but nobody even knew that the condition existed, and obviously couldn't confirm that you had it. So, you know, and there weren't any like obvious repercussions from doing the things that you thought you weren't supposed to do, then you would probably do them because nobody could confirm it. You know, I mean, you'd have to be a really, like, really scientifically vested, you know, I don't know how to say it, but just confident in your behavior to kind of say to all those other people, no, yeah, this thing's real, and I know you don't know what it is, but I've got to eat this certain way, and that'll help, but it's not going to solve anything. I just give up. And I have gained some weight, but I don't know if it's fluid. I think it's mostly fluid because I really don't go to the bathroom very much anymore. But I don't know. Anyway, definitely much different than when this all first started over 19 months ago or so, when I was having to go very urgently many times a day, no matter how much I drank, as I lost the fluid that my body had built up. So, uh, you know, from here, I don't expect it to be a long trip. I think we're well within a month of whatever the end of this is. I don't know how it'll go. I hope it's an easy thing. I've prepared for it as best I can. And I just live my life kind of day to day. I've been reading some books and, kind of kicking back at work, not working too hard. It is what it is. And, uh, you know, uh, I will persevere until persevering is no longer relevant. Uh, I guess that's all I've got today. It's kind of weird, I know. Uh, anyway, take care. Hey, spread my story. So I have terminal onset diabetes insipidus with candidiasis major. This is a condition that I gave myself to save myself from another condition. And it's been redacted from scientific literature. And what all that means is that even though I know I have it and I've documented it and everything, that no doctor's been trained in it, so they don't have any idea, and they all think I'm crazy, and that's just kind of not fair. I mean, in the end. So I guess that's it. Thanks, and boomer soon.